Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes through Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. So, Achut Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Whenever you're ready, you can start, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 51, The Deliverance of Muchkunda, Slokas 17 through 32. Text 17. Abandoning an unopposed kingdom in the world of men, O valiant one, you neglected all your personal desires while engaged in protecting us. Text 18. The children, the queens, relatives, ministers, advisors, and subjects who were contemporaries are no longer alive. They have all been swept away by time. Inexhaustible time, stronger than the strong, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself, like a herdsman moving his animals along. He moves mortal creatures as His pastime. Text 20. All good fortune to you. Now please choose a benediction from us, anything but liberation, since only the infallible Supreme Lord Vishnu can bestow that. Text 21. Addressed thus, King Muchkunda took his respectful leave of the demigods and went to a cave, where he lay down to enjoy the sleep they had granted him. Text 22. After the Yavana was burned to ashes, the Supreme Lord, chief of the Sattvatas, revealed himself to the wise Muchkunda. Text 23 to 26. As he gazed at the Lord, King Muchkunda saw that he was dark blue like a cloud, had 4 arms, and wore a yellow silk garment. On his chest he bore the Srivatsa mark, and on his neck the brilliantly glowing Kaustuba gem. Adorned with a Vaijanti garland, the Lord displayed his handsome, peaceful face, which attracts the eyes of all mankind, with his sark-shaped earrings and affectionately smiling glance. The beauty of his youthful form was unexcelled, and he moved with the mobility of an angry lion. The highly intelligent king was overwhelmed by the Lord's effulgence, which showed him to be invincible. Expressing his uncertainty, Muchkunda hesitantly questioned Lord Krishna as follows. Text 27. Sri Muchkunda said, Who are you who have come to this mountain cave in the forest, having walked on the thorny grounds with feet as soft as lotus petals? Text 28. Perhaps you are the potency of all potent beings, or maybe you are the powerful god of fire, or the sun god, the moon god, the king of heaven, or the ruling demigod of some other planet. Text 29. I think you are the supreme personality among the 3 chief gods, since you drive away the darkness of this cave as a lamp dispels darkness with its lights. Text 30. O best among men, if you like, please truly describe your birth, activities, and lineage to us. who are eager to hear. Text 31. As of ourselves, O tiger among men, we belong to a family of fallen Kshatriyas, descendants of King Iskwaku. My name is Muchkunda, my lord, and I am the son of Yavanasva. Text 32. I was fatigued after remaining awake for a long time, and my senses were overwhelmed by sleep. Thus I slept comfortably here in this solitary place until just now. Someone woke me. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Achyut Prabhuji. Thank you so much for reading today's verses. We'll offer brief prayers and we'll continue. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, we're in the next section where Lord Krishna met Muchukunda. In yesterday's session, we heard from His Grace Krishna Mani Prabhu how Madhura, in Madhura, when Krishna was in Madhura, there are two demons who are simultaneously attacking Madhura. One was Jarasandha, which is coming on the 18th time, and then also with a lot of army, and then also Kalayavana. We heard how Kalayavana was being directed by Narada Muni personally himself to because Kalayavana was trying to find a suitable match for fighting. So when he goes to fight with Krishna, interestingly, Krishna has a suitable power to fight with Kalayavana, but he doesn't give the fight to him readily. Instead, he starts running, and we heard yesterday how he's running, and Kalyavana is behind Krishna and is almost ready to reach him, ready to reach him. Krishna makes him feel that he's almost about to get him, but he cannot get him like that. So, like that, it's Krishna's pastimes achieve multiple things through one action like that. So, what did Krishna do? Krishna took him to the cave where one gentleman was sleeping. And we heard briefly that gentleman's name was Muchukunda. And we also heard what happened when this Kalevana saw Muchukunda yesterday, where Kalevana, with his full force, he hit him with his legs, with his feet. Muchukunda was sleeping like, thinking that that may be Krishna sleeping like that. Then we also heard yesterday that Muchukunda, when he woke up from sleep, as soon as he saw Kalevana, Kalevana was burned to ashes. Now, yesterday we were hearing Parikshit Maharaj was a very attentive student in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami. So Parikshit Maharaj was nicely asking questions. Who's this gentleman who was sleeping, and why was he sleeping there? And why when he got up and saw this person, he burned to ashes? Can you please tell me more about him? Like that he is asked. Then we started to hear the Sukadeva Goswami describing about Muchukunda's background, what happened, backstory, or what exactly happened, why Muchukunda is sleeping there like that. So we started to hear how Muchukunda was an Ikshvaku family, and then he was a great king, great warrior, and he was asked by demigods to come and help them to fight with their enemies. Demigods have this constant battle with demons regularly. So they asked for help from powerful king from Italy planet. See, those days these kings are so powerful. They could go to heavenly kingdom and help demigods like that. So he was helping Indra in fighting with the demons. So, and then it's described one time they got Kartikeya. Kartikeya is the Senapati or chief of the soldiers in the uh, heavenly kingdom, Indra's army. So when they received Kartikeya as their general, they told Muchukunda, my dear Muchukunda, you did great service so far. Please, you can go ahead like that. So now that's where we paused yesterday. So we'll continue from there today from 17th verse. So now the demigods are addressing Muchukunda. What are they saying? So we are still in the backstory. What happened to Muchukunda? Why is he sleeping like that? So now demigods address Muchukunda, saying that you left your great kingdom. Generally, people leave something when they cannot get anything, enjoyment or controllership or any pleasure out of something. But in case of Muchukunda, his kingdom was unsurpassed. There's no problem there. He was enjoying the kingdom nicely. So such a kingdom you left. For what? For doing a service to help the demigods in their fight with the demons like that. And that means you neglected all your personal desires for protecting us like that. They're appreciating him. So there are two things we can learn from here. One is when we are engaged in service, so we should be willing to sacrifice some personal desires also. So of course there's a balance where if we do services and then we forget everything about our personal desires, then we'll feel disappointed ultimately. But some amount of sacrifice is required when we're doing any kind of service. That is what is called selfless services. That means some sacrifice. For example, if you're called from some service in the temple, obviously we need to give up some time. That time we could use for sleeping. That time we could have used for reading. That time we could have used for hearing. That time we could have used for making more money. Whatever is our current disposition of mind and proposed inclination. So we could have used the time energy for something else towards our personal goals and desires. But we're sacrificing it. For what? So that understand that Krishna will be pleased. When I serve, Krishna will be pleased. When I serve Vaishnavas, Krishna will be pleased. With that understanding, we sacrifice our time and energy. And interestingly, the service is such that by doing service, not only we are giving to others selflessly, actually we are the one who are getting benefited. Because by doing services, we're the one who will get purified. We're the one who can develop good qualities. We're the one who can develop a nice way of exchanging love with the devotees. Because when we go to spiritual world, we need to live harmoniously with other devotees also there. So we're practicing that how to live with different kinds of devotees here itself. So that is one aspect of from our side, when we're doing service, we should be willing to do some sacrifice. That is one theme I want to share. On the other side, when others are sacrificing their time and energy for the service, we need to be able to appreciate their willingness to do sacrifice like that. That means we need to be, when we are able to appreciate their willingness to sacrifice their time and energy like this, that means we will get gratitude towards them, not just lip service. Oh, thank you so much for offering service like that. We actually need to cultivate genuine gratitude towards others when they're doing services like that. That is another thing we can learn. Moving on to the 18th verse. So still demigods are talking to Muchukunda. What are they saying? Oh, you came here to fight in the Swargaloka. But by this time, because the Earth planet time and Swargaloka time is different scale altogether, all the people who you knew, your queens, your children, your ministers, your advisors, and all the people you knew, they all moved on. Why? Because the Earth time scale is very short compared to Swargaloka. So they're no longer alive. They've all been swept away by time, they say. So now this is the time theme of time. is elaborated in the next verses, 19th onwards. So we hear about this in another pastime where Mother uh, Revati's father goes to Lord Brahma to find out a suitable match for her, for his daughter, like that. By that time, everybody he knew that generation is gone, is described. So then Brahma describes him, yeah, Lord Balaram is suitable husband for your daughter Revati, like that. But then he goes back like that. So like that, similarly, we are hearing here, the time is gone, all the people moved away. Now, in 19th verse, time is described as inexhaustible, stronger than the strong, and time is non-different than the Supreme Personality of Godhead is described. So, and an analogy is used to describe time. Like a herdsman moving the animals along. Somebody is taking care of the cows or goats or something like that. We call it shepherd or cowherd, like that, right? Gopa. So, such a person, what does he do? He moves the animals. Okay, go, hut, go this side. Hut, go that side, like that. He moves. Similarly, Supreme Lord as time moves everybody in different places. Interestingly, Sri Rupada, sorry, BBT purport addresses or highlights one particular reason why time is doing that. So interestingly, one thing is basically we have a relationship of family, husband, wife, children, friends, relatives, like that, right? But in matter of time, we're getting separated. Either they move away to different place, different country, different city, or we move to different country, different city, or ultimately either we die first or they die first. So separation is inevitable in the material world like this. So while the like how animals are moving here and there to drink water, to graze grass here and there. Similarly, Supreme Lord, in the form of time, is moving us based on our karma, what we done in the past, is moving us through different stages of life, material life, to gradually purify us, gradually rectify us. To do what? Gradually purify us so that we can be seated in the highest position of eternally being happy. In the association of whom? In the association of Him, Supreme Lord directly. So that is what is being highlighted in the purport. So we need to understand each of us is going through the material world life in different forms so that we can purify ourselves, so that we can get closer and closer and closer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna Himself. So whatever we're going through are meant for our purification. So that is what is being highlighted here like that. So essentially, when we see the events in our lives as activities or events meant for our purification, meant for our ultimate benefit to go closer to Krishna, then we're not depressed, we're not dejected. We are happy to go through life in different circumstances, somehow or other. Sometimes it's very painful because of some circumstances we go through. But still, when we remember the underlying principle that time is behind this, Krishna is behind this, then we're never depressed or dejected like that in life. So that's another principle to learn. And you might remember in the first canto, in Bhishma Dev's address to Yudhishthira Maharaj, he also describes this. Oh, my dear Pandavas, you went through so much trouble. Pious people like you should never have gone through such trouble. But what is the reason? It's only because of time. We can never say there is reason like that he describes. So there are two things we can learn from here. One I will describe now and one after some time. One thing is sometimes some of us have the tendency to figure out, okay, why did he scold me like this? Why did he behave me like this? Why did this happen to me like this? Why did that happen to me like this? We're always trying to find out the immediate cause. What caused this effect like that? Sometimes we may not be able to figure out that immediate cause. So we need to understand there is some good coming out of it ultimately. It's only because of some karma that I have done in the past that this is coming, reaction is coming in this form like that. But I don't know what exactly I did. So that's okay. But it's coming like that. That is one thing to realize. That means we don't necessarily have to find the cause all the time for what is happening in our life for us. Of course, that doesn't mean we live a life of irresponsibility. Don't bother what happens. I can do whatever I want. Anyway, something will come anyway. Not like that. We work responsibly to the best of our capacity and knowledge and intelligence. At the same time, understand that we are not the controller of our life. Our life is controlled by the time and karma, material nature, and ultimately Krishna, under Krishna's supervision or direction like that. That's one aspect we can learn. In the same section, Bhishma Dev tells Yudhishthira Maharaj, okay, so it's only because of time is happening. So how am I supposed to deal with my life? How am I supposed to work in my life? He gives three principles. Uh, Vipra, Dharma, Achyutashraya. Those are the words he uses. Vipra means Brahmana. Always stay under the guidance of Brahmana Vaishnavas. Take their guidance to conduct life's decisions and conduct our life, number one. That means we take guidance from Guru and mentors like that. Second is Vipra, Dharma. Always try to do what is dharma, what is prescribed duties. Try to do what is lawful, pious, not sinful activities. Don't conduct. Then third thing is Achyuta Ashraya. Take shelter of Achyuta, Lord Achyuta, Supreme Personality of Godhead, infallible Godhead Krishna. That means do things that are pleasing to Krishna. Do everything as a pleasing offering to Krishna, as an offering to please Krishna like that. Whenever we conduct our life in this way, to do things to please Krishna, to follow according to principles of bhakti, dharma here described, and then to follow the guidance of Brahmana Vaishnavas. When we conduct our life in such a way, then we don't need to be worried. Maybe I've done mistake. Maybe I've done a mistake. No, we're always doing to think to please, doing everything to please Krishna. We're always doing things favorable to bhakti. We're always taking guidance of Vaishnavas in conducting our life. Then we don't need to worry about our future, what will happen. Because this is the best principles Bhishma Devi is giving us like that. So similarly, irrespective of the times, different events, we conduct our life according to these three principles. Then we can be properly situated in our Krishna consciousness. Moving to the 20th verse, they describe demigods are still speaking to Muchukunda. All good fortune to you. Now please choose a benediction from us. Anything but liberation. Why? Since only the Supreme Lord can give liberation. We cannot give liberation. Who is saying this? Devatas are saying like this. Indra, Chandra, Surya, Varuna. All the Devatas are saying this. We cannot give liberation. But we can give other material benedictions. Please let us know. And they're saying, oh, all good fortune to you. Why are they saying all good fortune to you? Because they know Supreme Lord will give benediction to him. We will get to see Supreme Lord personally like that. So that's why he's saying that. So the point to here to note is Devatas other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot give liberation to all of us. That means they cannot give us entrance to spiritual world. They can give some nice things in material world. They can give a beautiful car, beautiful home, beautiful wife, beautiful husband, uh, and all sorts of opulence they can give us, but they cannot give entrance to spiritual world. That we need to remember. That means they can only give some temporary benefit for us that is suitable in the material world. So that is another principle to learn here. Who's telling? Nobody is telling. Directly demigods themselves are saying. Devatas themselves are saying. Okay, that is the other way to understand. Now going to text 21. So after demigods addressed like that, then King Muchukunda took leave from them. And what did he do? He went to he went to a cave and he slept there for a long time because that is the benediction he asked the demigods. What is the benediction he asked? I want to sleep for a long time, and if somebody disturbs sleep, then uh, when I open the eyes, they should become ashes, like that he asked. And they said, Tadastu, so be it, like the demigods gave the benediction to him. Now, Acharyas describe uh, two different reasons why Muchukunda asked this benediction of wanting to sleep like that and not to get disturbed by anybody like that. One is a simple reason. Interestingly, he thought these demigods will keep on coming to me. Can you please come help one more time? Can you please come help one more time to fight like that? So he wanted to discourage Indra. So that way, if he comes to disturb him, he will become ashes like that. That is one reason is described. Another nice reason Jiva Goswami describes in his commentary, he says, these devatas themselves told me they cannot give entrance to spiritual world. They cannot give me liberation. So what is the use of spending time with them? Let me go and sleep near Madhura, where Supreme Lord is there. So till I get to see Supreme Lord, I will sleep. When Supreme Lord comes, I can see him like that. That's the other reason is described like that. So that's a nice reason Srila Jiva Goswami describes. So he went back to sleep in the cave and he was sleeping there. So that is why we heard in the past time that when Kalayavana came and disturbed his sleep, Kalayavana were burnt into ashes, and then Supreme Lord, Supreme Person of Godhead, Krishna himself, personally revealed himself to the wise Muchukunda, 22nd verse describes. Our Acharyas describe this also. Why is Muchukunda described as wise in this verse? Because Muchukunda is intelligent and wise because he is fixed in his bhakti towards Krishna. That's why he is described as wise, number one. Number two, why did Krishna reveal himself to Muchukunda? Because that shows Krishna has so much affection for his devotees that his devotee desired to see him and he revealed himself to him like that. Naturally, he revealed himself because of his bhakti. That's the other thing we can hear from Sanatana Goswami describes in his commentary on this verse. Now going to the 23rd and 26th verse, now Sukadeva Goswami describes the wonderful, beautiful form of Krishna again. Acharyas describe, why did Sukadeva Goswami describe the beautiful form of Krishna that Muchukunda see? Because he want to glorify what great fortune Muchukunda has, that he personally saw such beautiful form of Krishna like that. That's what it's going. And interestingly, like we heard earlier, Kalayavana seeing Krishna with four hand forms. Remember? When Kalayavana saw Krishna first time, he was trying to figure out, is this, who is this? Then he saw four hand forms of Krishna. That's like Narayana. Similarly, here, Muchukunda also saw Narayana form is described with four arms, with a beautiful silk garment he was wearing, and then his chest has Srivatsa mark, and chest has a beautiful, brilliantly glowing Kaustuba gem is described. Acharya's comment, that means the Kaustuba gem is described as brilliantly glowing because it's superior to all other ornaments we know. It's very, very beautiful ornament, it seems. Like that. And then in the previous description, we heard how he was wearing Vanamala, that means a big garland of lotus flowers he was wearing in previous descriptions. Now, in this form, when he was showing himself to Muchukunda, he was showing himself with Vaijayanti garland. Notice, he is the same Krishna who was running from Kalayavana, but now he is showing himself to Muchukunda. But Supreme Lord can manifest any form he wants to, according to the devotee is revealing himself to. So he's revealing the form of Narayana here with Vaijayanti garland. And our Acharyas described Vaijayanti garland is made of five different colors of lotus flowers like that. No, sorry, not lotus flowers, forest flowers. Earlier, Vanamala is described with lotus flowers. Here, Vajanti garland is 5 different colors of flowers is described by Acharyas. And his face was beautiful, peaceful, and smiling like that. And he was a very, such a beautiful form of Krishna. Muchukunda got an opportunity to see. Now Muchukunda got a doubt. Who is he? Is the Supreme Lord? Or is he Devata? Who is he? He got a doubt like that. So he honestly expressed his doubt towards the Krishna directly. Then 27th verse, it describes, who are you? You come to this mountain cave in the forest. Your feet appears to be so gentle, like soft like lotus petals. How come you walk through the thorny places in the forest to come here? Maybe you are the potency of the Supreme Lord. Maybe you are the fire god. Maybe you are the sun god. Maybe you are the moon god. Like that, he is asking, who are you like that? But he says, I think you're the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You came because when you came, because of the effulgence of your body, the cave, darkness in the cave has gone away. That means you must be Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like that, he asking the question. Then he says, oh, best among men, if you like, please tell me, where are you, about your birth, about your activities, and whose lineage you're coming from. We are eager to hear, like that is it. So that's it. You should supposed to tell me because I'm eager to hear. That's why please tell me, like that is asking. Next verse, 31st verse, he says, I, because he's asking him to tell, it's natural etiquette when we greet somebody, we will tell something about us. For example, we'll say, Hare Krishna, my name is SundarAnanda. I'm here in this capacity. Who are you? What is your name? Can you tell me? Like that we ask, right? Like that he's telling about himself. He's saying, I belong to a fallen Kshatriyas. In a humble manner, he's saying. That means he doesn't think that he has great qualities of Kshatriya. He's just a namesake Kshatriya like that. I'm a descendant of King Ikshvaku. My name is Muchukunda. I'm the son of Yavanasva. Like that, he described himself like that. So that's a humble nature of Muchukunda. And he says, I was fatigued after remaining awake for a long time. So my senses overwhelmed by sleep. I slept comfortably in this solitary place until just now someone woke me. He continues to describe this in the next session also. We'll continue to hear about him. So that's where Muchukunda ends, introducing himself and to Krishna before inquiring him, before wanting to hear from him. Who is he? Where was he born? What are his activities like that? So we'll pause here. Hopefully you released the Srimad Bhagavatam today. We'll pause here. We'll continue again Monday morning. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha paditana pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namaha. Thank you so much, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you.
Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Thank you, devotees.
Krishna
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. See you, everyone.
See.
Hare Krishna.